So what up, 2K fans? You know who it is. It's your boy Shake, and I've got a special surprise for you guys today. I want to preface this by saying a couple years ago when I started doing YouTube videos and I made the decision that I wanted to do 2K basketball on my channel, one of my favorite commentators was my man DCoop, and I am honored to bring you guys my friend, my homie, DCoopSon. What up, man?
TooCoop. Yo, what's good, Shake, man? It's been a long time coming. We were supposed to do one of these, I believe, way back in the day for 2K12. I was about to say for 2K13 because, you know, we kind of pushed this one back a good bit. But, you know, it feels good to finally be able to come on your channel. And definitely we're going to have you on my channel sometime, too, so we can mix it up.
Yeah, I mean, Coop, we've been friends. We've been on each other's friends list for at least 2 years. And,
had to be, man.
And you know, when I started YouTube, I was doing a lot of Madden football breakdown videos, analyzing the problems. But when I ventured off to do some 2K videos in 2K11, your channel was the channel, man, that I was looking at. Like, I was like, man, this guy DCoop, this is who, you know, you have a very different approach to, you know, the 2K sports genre with your videos. Your approach is a very educational approach. Like when you go to TooCoop's channel, you're gonna learn a lot about who's on what team, the contracts, who's getting traded, who's getting drafted. You're gonna get a full plate, a full breakdown. See, I'm more of a controls guy, more of a, you know, a tutorial type guy. I do live comms and things like that, and I break down the problems of the game. But my man Coop has always been the guy that if you don't know what's going on in the NBA, you will definitely know from listening to him. Is that fair? Is that a fair analysis?
That's pretty fair to me. I mean, I try to keep everybody up to date. I try to spit my basketball knowledge to my subscribers sometimes, just let them know what's up. I know a lot of people don't always, you know, watch the whole NBA. They don't have League Pass. They only see what's on ESPN and TNT. But, you know, me, as a small market fan of the New Orleans Pelicans, I have to stay up to date with these things. And, you know, just watching all the games, like I said, I just try to educate, you know, a little more.
Absolutely. So, Coop, let's get the people knowing a little bit more about you. Where are you from?
Originally, I'm from New Orleans, based in New Orleans, but, you know, now I live in Houston, Texas. I mean, I have to say it's pretty nice out there, but, you know, every now and then I miss the Cajun.
I actually used to live in San Antonio for a short time when I was in the military, and I've always had a special love for Texas as a whole ever since then. Let me ask you this. I mean, I guess it's fair to say, and I already know the answer to this, but I guess it would be fair to say that you're a Hornets fan.
Oh, I'm a Pelicans fan, man. Pelicans.
Pelicans fan. All right, so let me ask you this. You know, you've been commentating, and you're one of the well-known individuals in the 2K community. What made you become a commentator?
Honestly, when I first started commentating, I used to make these Halo 2 videos. I don't think many people know about this. I had a channel. It was called like NBA Penom. It was PEHNOM. And that was because I spelled phenom wrong. So I was a big NBA fan back then too. and they used to have these things. It's actually when Machinima actually started. I believe Machinima started with Halo. And
Absolutely.
You know, like little things like that. And I watched the forum kind of blow up, and I was like, oh, you know, that's cool. They're doing their thing. And I was just making these Halo videos, and then I started watching Chris Smooth, as, you know, probably most people did. And I was like, yo, that looks kind of cool. You know, I kind of want to get into that. And, you know, next thing I know, I'm on 2K, my career, my player, making these videos.
Right. When I first heard of your channel, and, you know, it's different because I think differently from some people. I'm sure that because you have that golden voice, I'm sure that people made a lot of comparisons to you in Smooth when you first got started, or when they first saw you on the 2K scene. I didn't make that comparison. I don't know why I didn't really, you know, look at you like a different side of a commentary related to Smooth. I like Chris Smoove. I like watching his videos. But when I first saw your videos, I saw, or what I was hearing was someone that was educating me, like in the topic of what is actually going on in the league in relation to the trades, the draft, free agencies. And I was like, man, if I need to know what's going on, this is the guy right here. So that's how I found your channel.
Yeah.
So what was your first? I mean, 2K has been such an influence for the entire community, on YouTube, as far as people that post sports. What was your first 2K game? Like, when did you fall in? I'm sure that you're a big fan of 2K. When did you kind of fall in love with 2K games?
I was an Alive fanboy for the longest, and what really it's going to sound so stupid, but my first 2K game, I think it was 2K2, the one with Allen Iverson, and I still don't know why this was such a big deal to me, but NBA Live was good. 03, 04, 05, 06, 07, it kind of fell off a little bit, but the way the net moved, NBA Live only had like 3 net animations, and it made me mad. I forgot which one it was. It was like 06. And I guess I was such a big basketball fan. The way the ball went in was like such a big deal for me. And on 2K, you could actually see the swishes, and it was a big deal for me. And so I would alternate between 2K Live. It was just a little process.
Yeah, I mean, that net traction, I remember asking them that when I went to 2K Team Up last year in August. I asked them about that because I actually, on the flip side of things, I had a problem with 2K's net. Like there was, and I'm just like you, man. I'm very nitpicky, about certain things, and I noticed that I think at times when you shoot a 3-pointer from the top of the 3-point line, sometimes the ball, it like goes straight in and the net doesn't carry it. The net traction doesn't follow the ball. Like the ball will go swishing through and go out of bounds, and the net will just go up and down. But I know for a fact, because I remember seeing the same thing in NBA Live and having a problem with that. I mean, I guess that just comes with being, a heavy basketball fan, right?
Yeah, you got to pay attention to the small details like that.
Did you like NBA Live 10?
NBA Live 10, I'm trying to remember. No, I don't think I was a fan of NBA Live 10. I mean, it was alright, it had potential, but at the same time, potential is like one of the worst words you could give a person or a game.
I thought Live 10 had, some good innovations in their department, but when I compared it to 2K, I saw some significant differences, and on top of that, 2K just had a lot more depth. There was so much more to do in 2K games as a whole. I want to ask you, since we're on the topic of NBA Live, do you think they're gonna? This will probably be my last question on Live, but do you think they're gonna make a comeback for next generation at all?
I mean, yeah, they're going to. They have to try at that. And I wouldn't be shocked if we saw another basketball franchise try to come out. But with NBA Live, I still think they should have put out the games that were so terrible. Regardless, you would have had something to put out. And I honestly, the games would have been bad, but at the same time, you would have made some profit. You would have still had your fanboys buying it. I still see people playing Live 10, and I don't understand how Live kind of regressed a little bit as the time went on, because you remember Live the only knock on 2K used to be the graphics. Everybody used to hate the graphics, and they used to want a little better presentation, because everybody remembered NFL 2K5. But with Live 06 or 07, when they came to the next gen, the thing with them was the graphics were so crisp and so amazing. I almost bought those games just for the graphics, just because you could see the definition of the muscle, the sweat, everything was just really nice. And when as time went on, the graphics kind of regressed. I'm like, what's going on here? What are they doing in that office?
I can agree with you on that, because when I got my Xbox in Christmas of 07, it was Live 08 that was on the horizon, and I had never seen next gen basketball games before. In fact, I was playing 2K on the PlayStation 2, 2K7. And so when NBA Live came, when I saw the sweat and the graphics, I was at GameStop like, what? I was blown off my feet. I couldn't believe what I was seeing, and I had to have that game. Bought NBA Live 08, and I was really impressed with the game. And it's unfortunate because you look at it now and you can't really compare it, but at that time, I was just coming from PlayStation 2. I'd never seen graphics like that before. And ultimately, 2K8 ended up being the better of the two, in my opinion, because once I played 2K8, I realized how much more fun I was having with a game that looked more simulation. However, Live, that last Live, that 08 Live, had a special place for me because it was my introduction to this generation's graphics and this generation consoles.